Hey guys, Tollhouse here again, and welcome to my final part of my Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes playthrough. We've just beaten the game, and as you can see, it's the opening credits. And I just wanted to say, once again, I've really enjoyed this game. This must have been like the 25th time I've beaten it. And it's been a while since I've seen all the cutscenes, but oh, jeez, it's such a great story, you know? Like, there's so much depth to it. It's just something so rare to find in video games these days, which makes Metal Gear so special compared to everything else. And originally this game came out in '98, so this game's way ahead of its time. I mean, it takes place in 2005, so that's 7 years after it was released, and man, it's just so interesting how Kojima wrote this. It's like there's so much technology put into it, and so much. I don't know. I could just go on and on about it, but it's just really interesting. But, you know, Metal Gear is pretty much all about the story, and if you're not into the story really at all, you really shouldn't be playing these games. Because the story is pretty much, you know, half the experience, and then the gameplay. So there's so much depth to it, and one of the most common complaints most people have with the Metal Gear games is how long the cutscenes are. But if you really are interested in the story, that won't matter. It'd be just like watching, you know, a movie, which I've said earlier. And plus, a good thing about it is that if you're hungry, I mean, you'd always get a sandwich and eat it while you're watching it, so it's nice. And the story's so compelling, too, like... Oh. And it gets better, too. Metal Gear Solid 2 is, masterpiece on its own, like conceptually, and I plan on doing a playthrough of that very soon as well. So anyway, there's a lot of differences between Twin Snakes and the original. The cutscenes, for one. As you probably noticed, some of the most insane things Snake has done, like jump off of a rocket missile and shoot and fire the stinger at Liquid's hind. That was a new cutscene for Twin Snakes. That was not in the original. Like, you could probably guess what ones they added in. A lot of them are like over the top Matrix scenes. That whole fight with Gray Fox and Snake right after the Ocelot boss battle, that was new. But I kind of like that scene because they never really even showed them fight in the original one. It's actually really interesting comparing the original and Twin Snakes because there's a lot of differences. But I'd recommend to get the full experience of Metal Gear Solid 1, you should really play the original. Because they did make a lot of things easy in Twin Snakes. Like, a lot of things you wouldn't even guess they took out. And I don't even know why they did it, but the one thing that made Twin Snakes, like, really easy compared to the original was adding the Metal Gear Solid 2 gameplay to it. Where you can hang on ledges. Biggest thing is the first-person view. You only could use third-person view in the first one. And there were new weapons added. I'm trying to think of which. Oh, the tranquilizer gun. Yeah, you couldn't. There was no stamina bar. You could not put someone to sleep. In the original, you only had the Soakum pistol. And then you had the sniper rifle. You had the Nikita. And so on. There were no non-lethal weapons there either, so no stun grenades or anything. So yeah, there was Yeah, there's a huge difference, but Twin Snakes is still fun though. Like, it's just as tactical as the other ones. But when you get, just as I said before, when you get really good at it, you'll kind of feel overpowered. But if you really, really want a challenge, you should definitely play the first one. I have yet to beat it because I can't get my I don't have a memory card for my PS2 to play it, so on the PS, because it's a PS1 game. Oh, here's another cutscene. You mustn't allow yourself
to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. Snake, whether you've been programmed or not isn't important. The important thing is that you choose life. And then live.
Yes, sir. The entire unit was wiped out. Yes. Yes, sir. Thanks to the vaccine. Yes, those two are still alive. The Vector. Yes, sir. Fox Die should become activated soon. Right on schedule. Yes, sir. I recovered all of Rex's dummy warhead data. No, there are no other records. They've all been deleted from the base's computer. No, sir. My cover is intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity, but he's been disposed of. Yes, yes, Liquid is dead. The inferior one was the winner after all. That's right. Until the very end, Liquid thought he was the inferior one. Of course, the other one thinks so too. Yes, sir. I agree completely. It takes a well-balanced individual such as yourself to rule the world. Yes. Yes, sir. No, sir. No one knows that you were the third one, Solidus. What should I do about the woman? Yes, sir. I understand. The surveillance will continue. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. President.
Well, here is the results screen. Let's see. About 10 hours of game time. Well, 7 no continues, and 8 alerts. I didn't get any alerts outside the unavoidables, so that means there's 8 unavoidables. So when you play, you'll get a minimum of 8 alerts. And I got a codename Hyena, which is one of my favorite animals, so yay. Anyway, Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes is an excellent game. I recommend it to anyone like new to the franchise. You should definitely do not play Metal Gear Solid 2, 3, or 4 before playing this one. You should always play them in order by their number. It just makes me mad when someone plays Metal Gear Solid 4 and then complains about how they didn't like it because they didn't understand the story at all. Well, that's because they missed 3 games full of information. You know, I have a friend who was like that. He's only played Metal Gear Solid 3 and 4, and he says he's not interested in the story at all. But you gotta play all of them to understand them all. So, and I would never play a game that's got 4 in the title. I mean, if it's a third sequel to something, you know, what the fuck? Why would you play that first? But anyway, play Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes or the original before you play anything else, you know? Because the Metal Gear Solid is all about the story, and if you don't understand the story, I mean, you're kind of wasting your time playing it, because you're going to be dreading through those long cutscenes that you don't understand, and so on. So, anyway, that's all I have to say. It's definitely a really, really fun game. I recommend it, as I said before. So, anyway, thank you very much, guys, for watching. my playthrough. And watch out for my Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty playthrough coming in the future. And that's it. I am Tollhouse of Team Skyfire. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. And yeah. Anyway, thanks again, guys. That's it. This is Tollhouse signing out.
Already dying. Ever since he fought with you in Zanzibar land, he's been like a ghost. A ghost looking for a place to die.
Naomi, Liquid died from Fox Eye too. What about me? When am I going to go?
That's up to you.
What do you mean?
Everybody dies when their time's up.
Yeah, so when's mine up?
It's up to you how you use the time left to you. Live, Snake. That's all I can say to you. Each person is born with their fate written into their own genetic code, inscribed into their genes. But that's not all there is to life. I finally realized that. I told you before, the reason that I was interested in genes and DNA. Because I wanted to know who I was, where I came from. I thought that if I analyzed my DNA, I could find out who I was, who my parents were. And I thought that if I knew that, then I'd know what path I should take in life. But I was wrong. I didn't find anything. I didn't learn anything. Just like with the genome soldiers, you can input all the genetic information, but that doesn't make them into the strongest soldiers. The most we can say about DNA is that its genetic information houses a person's strengths or destiny. You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. Snake, whether you've been programmed or not isn't important. The important thing is that you choose life. And then live. Don't you think, Snake? Don't worry. I'm gonna choose life too. Until today, I've always looked for a reason to live. But from now on, I'm going to just live. Genes exist to pass down our hopes and dreams for the future through our children. Living is a link to what will come. All life is tethered to the future. Loving each other, teaching each new generation, then the world can change. I finally realized it. The true meaning of life. Thank you, Snake. Look, I found this.
Let's keep it as a reminder.
Of what? A reminder of a successful mission? Or a reminder of the first time we met?
A reminder of how to live.
Huh?
Until today, I've lived only for myself. My survival instinct that tells me not to die. That's all the motive I've had in my life.
That's not just you. That's how everyone is.
I only felt truly alive when I was staring death in the face. I don't know. Maybe it's written into my genes.
What about now? What do your genes say about your future now?
Maybe it's time I live for someone else.
Someone else?
Yeah. Someone like you. Maybe that's the real way to live.
Where to, Snake?
David. My name is David.
Okay, so where to, Dave?
I think it's time we look for a new path in life.
A new path?
A new purpose.
Will we find it?
We'll find it. I know we'll find it.
Hey, what are those?
Caribou. To the Aleutians, the caribou is a symbol of life. It'll be spring here soon.
For us, too.
Yeah. Spring brings new life to everything. It's a time for hope. I've lived here a long time, but Alaska has never looked more beautiful. The sky, the sea, the caribou, and most of all, you.
It's nice, isn't it? Being alive.
Come on, let's enjoy life.